So, Christmas Eve, are you nervous? You're going to see people that may tense the situation a bit, people that you say, I'm not going to let them bother me until they do. Well, we're going to talk about it for a bit. Back at it, Joe. My son was joking around with the microphone last night. And I told him last night, don't do it. You're going to, and sure enough, he did. Anyway, I don't know if it's a good thing that you could hear me, actually, but I hope you're all doing well on this Christmas Eve. And we're going to talk for a very short period of time because I did get a couple of my life and health students through a very hectic period today because one is going to a gathering where her ex, whom they broke up about a month and a half ago, is going to be there. That's not a good idea. Hopefully, he's not there with someone else. She doesn't believe he will be, and I pray he's not, because that wouldn't be too cool. And then just someone else who struggles every year and says, I'm not going to let Uncle so-and-so bother me until he does. You can't let that stuff get to you. I have my own demons. My brother-in-law passed a few days ago. I'm very sad about that, but life goes on. At least we try because it sounds good. But I hope you were all ready for a wonderful celebration. If you are not celebrating Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful Hanukkah or whatever holiday is that you do celebrate. I trust that it has been good for you. This holiday season came and went almost, and I consider it gone very quickly. But this year, it went quicker. Maybe it's just I'm getting older. I don't know. But you will have a moment where you'll reflect tonight. And it'll either be for me, it'll be people that are no longer here because I got a fresh reminder to think about that a few days ago when my brother John passed. And people that I normally would have seen over the last 2 days and who I haven't for a while and now we'll never see again. We all go through it. It's a 4-letter word, life. And how we deal with it is what defines us as survivors or strays that just go out and live life day to day trying to survive on scraps like a cat out in the streets. That cat has friends, right? I'm sure, and enemies like we do. But some are survivors. They get beat up. Sometimes you could tell a street cat, some scars, right? Maybe doesn't look as healthy as a cat that's in the house being pampered. But they make it. And hopefully after this 15-minute little sermon, so will you. Yeah, Joe. It's Christmas is very easy when you're young. Very easy. Well, maybe not for some, but for the most part, you worry about Santa. You hope that you were good enough for that coal rumor. And you just look forward to Christmas morning, opening your gifts and being busy until dinner time, playing with your gifts, your toys or whatever. And as we get older, and as our kids get older, instead of living vicariously through them, just watching them in amazement, playing with their toys, you remembering when you did. Now it's, here's the list. Find me an Amazon gift card. And it's incredible how time flies. But then when you mix death in there, and as an adult, you mix death where you've dealt with it. I'll give you an example. When you're a kid and you lose someone, a parent, a grandparent, a friend of the family, you are generally not involved in the conversations. You generally don't know how sick that person is, depending on how old you are. You are there for the bad news, and you put your little monkey suit on for the funeral or the wake. You're not there for the conversations. You don't hear what the third doctor diagnosed. When we get older, we're much more involved in the death process. We understand that someone's been struggling. We understand that someone's gone for chemo. We understand that they've lost 40 pounds. We understand that stage so-and-so is this life expectancy and stage so-and-so is that. We don't know about that. You're 8 years of age. You don't know that stage 4 cancer is very serious. You may know the word cancer is. And when you're young and you lose one or two people that had cancer, you don't understand if they tell you, no, so-and-so is going to be okay because it's stage 1. No. When you're a kid, you understand that the last 2 people that had cancer passed. So you don't believe mommy and daddy when they say, this one's going to be fine, because they probably told you that before. So all of this is on our minds when we're elders and we get to glance around the table and see who's no longer there. The weirdest thing is when you look at a table and the chair is now donned by someone new, where that chair, when you go to someone's house, usually everyone sits in the same chair for years, right? When you see the shuffling of the deck with chairs, you know that life has changed. And how do you stay positive with all that? Knowing that one day someone's going to be staring at your chair and someone else is going to be in it. Well, it's very, very hard. It's very hard to think of loved ones that have passed in general, but today and tomorrow especially. Not so much New Year's Eve, because New Year's Eve you're focusing on what you need to do, and you play the game of how long it's going to take you before you break your resolution. That's why I don't make them. Why set yourself up for disappointment right away? You realize if you set goals for yourself that you can't possibly attain, you're setting yourself up to fail the first couple of days of the new year. What shot do you have if January 4th you already went back on your promise not to smoke, not to drink, not to call that person who's bad for you? So don't set yourself up for failure. Now, how do you do that? By not setting yourself up for failure. Realizing that you don't have to proclaim every day, I'm going to be a better friend to someone. Just be a better friend. You don't have to denote everything. Nothing has to be etched on a tablet like Moses coming down the mountain. You can just do it. So tonight, when you go to a gathering and there's someone there that you never get along with, and you know they're going to say something that you feel you have to snap back at because you have every right. Why should you take a beating? Just remember what I'm telling you. You'll surprise them more by not attacking them or answering back. It's called misdirection by some. In the business, it's called pattern disruption, where with life coaching, you act unaccording to how you've always acted. And you will give the other person time to retreat and not know what's going on. Then you win. When someone retreats, generally, it's because you're winning, right? So, what better way to make them retreat than to totally confuse them where they don't know what's going on? So, you do that tonight for me. When Uncle so and so or Aunt Jill says something that always gets to you, and they say it because they know it always gets to you, smile, change the subject like they don't even exist. Because you will make them feel they don't. And what's the worst feeling in the world than feeling you are non essential? I still set a plate and put a Bud Light can on the table for my godfather that died in 2019. I just can't get past. I'm sorry, Joe. Yeah, and that's a very, very nice thing to do. That's in honor of him. And that's very nice. It's amazing when you get older, and Joe's younger than me, but there is always a downside to the holidays. When you're young, there isn't. The downside might have been if your parents didn't get you the right size of what you wanted or not the right color. Or here, when we're older, it's different. We worry about real life, not magic. But even magic, the great illusionist, Chris Angel, once he shows you how he does it, you say, oh, that's all. And you start trying it. It's not knowing what makes everything magical. Heaven, why is heaven so magical? Because no one's ever come back and said anything about it. You'll hear people that died on the table and they all saw the white light and they all saw this and that. So we have a general idea of what we can look forward to. But for the most part, the unknown, you go on a first date with someone. Why is that so exciting, the first date? Why can't you ever capture that again? Or for the most part, you can't. Why? Because it's the unknown. David, have a great Christmas, my friend. Be safe. Because it's the unknown. The second date, you know how she talks, you know how she laughs, you know how she'll react with certain things. First date, you're on your own. You're opening up the package. You didn't see mom wrap it. You have no idea what it is. Once you open the box, if it's shoes, oh, you know, you're walking them, you know, you'll like them. Maybe you don't love the color. Well, that could be a date where you're not thrilled about her right now, or she's not thrilled about you, but you'll let it go. Because do you ever get something that you really didn't think you wanted and then you end up loving it? People are married 50 years and will tell you that on the first date it was, oh, it's okay. But they gave it a second shot. Well, tonight, the rules of engagement: disengage. Pattern disruption, my friends. Let that uncle say whatever he wants because he knows he usually gets a bite out of you. And this time, you drive him crazy by not reacting because that's why he's saying it. If he wasn't getting a reaction, he wouldn't say it. And don't worry, you're not going to let them think they're winning. They will know they're not. And they might actually try to tweak you even more because the old joke or the old statement didn't work on you anymore. You're the Teflon Don tonight. Well, you know what? Nothing's going to work because I'm in your head now. After the first couple of things you say to me and they don't get the response that you're used to, I'm in your head. Why? Does he know something about me? Did someone tell him something during the year about me that he has it over on me now? You become the boss, and they'll start kissing your ass. You'll see. No one likes not knowing. It's the weakest position when you think someone has all the answers and you truly don't have any. So disengage, pattern disruption. Drive them crazy for a change. And you will see. Throughout the night, they'll try to win your graces. I will tell you, people in my life that I've been best friends with, you know who could become great allies? The greatest allies can be the people that you really weren't friends with, almost enemies with. And then you mend fences. I'll tell you why. They spend a lifetime trying to prove to you they're worthy, where old friends just take it for granted that you know they're worthy. Friends that were not friends originally will prove for the rest of their lives that they're loyal. Well, we are going to switch sides tonight. You're going to be in charge. And how are you going to do that? By being in charge. You know, you have baseball teams, right? And who's the leader? Well, the African American guys, the Hispanic guys, the white guys, they all cluster to their own. It's just that's life. Some guys can mingle between all three groups and be friendly with them and hang out with them. Captains of a team. First of all, you have to be bilingual to be captain of a team. Absolutely. In baseball, you have to be bilingual. You can't be a captain of a team and be a voice to go to if you can't understand what someone's saying. Edwin, God bless you, my friend, you and your channel and your wonderful grandchild. Edwin, a couple of months back, showed his grandchild. Beautiful. And I hope that you have an amazing day. God bless you, my friend. So, to be someone of influence, you have to be able to dance through the raindrops. You can get a little wet, but don't become soaked. So tonight, when someone annoys you, you know what you give them for Christmas? Torment. How do you torment? When you were young, what drove you crazy? The girl that gave you all the attention or the girl that kind of ignored everything you tried to say to her? That's the one you chased after. You be the sought after one tonight. You be the complex personality. You be the gift. It's about time. It's a long time coming. Let people know that you are not there for them to have fun with. And you do it mentally. Because mentally, it hurts a lot more than physically. So, all of you, be safe tonight. I'm still going to put my shorts up later tonight, the musical shorts. Thank you, all of you, for watching them. I've been averaging about, believe it or not, about 40,000 views to 50,000 views a week. In the last month, I've had 350,000 views on those. Thank you so much. Patty, bless you. I hope you have an amazing. We spoke yesterday. I hope you have an amazing holiday, as good as it can be for you. And there's nothing wrong with not really enjoying yourself because it's out of respect. There's nothing wrong with that. And I know, Patty, the way for you to cope is to know, Patty, that no matter what you do, no one can take memories from you because that was you there. Everyone can say what they want. You were in the room. You were there with a wonderful pet, with a wonderful husband, with a friend. You lived it. You owned it. It's your story to tell. And if you tell the story by being not as jovial the next couple of days, that's on them for not understanding. I'm sure, Patty. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help you. The only thing I could tell you is parties know that you love them. I always say, don't wait until someone passes to tell them they're special. You stand over a casket. I'm not so sure to hear you when you say, yeah, I really loved you. You should have said it when they were alive. I don't think they're staring down at their casket. They're up there having a ball in heaven, right? Crying's a good thing, Patty. And if you didn't cry, that would mean it meant nothing to you. I believe that. I think that crying is our way of filling an ocean within ourselves, right? You're filling the pool. Think of it. Your internal pool, you're filling it. And one day you'll bask in that pool and you will hang out in that pool and you'll smile and you'll feel comfortable and you'll remember the memories and they won't hurt. They'll mean something different. The hurt will be replaced. Absolutely. Absolutely, Patty. Leonidas? Of course you do, Patty. I look at dogs like humans. I know it sounds weird. Leonidas, right? I remember. Hey, BJ, how are you? Merry Christmas, my friend. I would marry Christmas, but I can't marry it. But I would. I love it that much. I'm joking. But Leonidas, I remember, Patty. I remember. People wouldn't believe it, but I know every one of you because you mean that much to me, all of you. He knew you loved them because I love you on here and I've never met you in person, Patty. Of course he knew you loved them. And he's basking in that. Everyone has the greatest law. Oh, call my lawyer, he's the best. Call my doctor, he's the best. Right? My guy's the best. What is everybody the best? Well, Leonidas is telling the other puppies on the Rainbow Bridge, your mommy wasn't the best. My mommy was the best. And well, you should, Patty. Well, you should. God bless you, Patty. And as hard as this is for you, just remember you gave a pet, which is as much as a human to you, because that's my Colby's like that. I like my Colby more than most people I meet. I love them. You gave that little guy the most wonderful home. Some pets aren't that fortunate. You gave him everything. You gave him yourself. Very easy to buy toys for a dog and put them in the corner. And when you give your heart, that's priceless. So, Patty, if you need to hit me up tomorrow, hit me up on Gmail. Give me a number. I'll call you if you need me. You know that. Hey, Al. Merry Christmas, my friend. I'm just wrapping up because I have to leave. I'm sure you did, Patty. I'm sure you did. If you need me, contact me. Especially tomorrow. It's fine. I will get back to you. I promise you. Al, have a wonderful. Al's one of my dearest friends. We're friends outside of here, and we hang out, and he's like a consigliere to me. I ask him advice, and we share a lot of common interests. But one of our interests that we share, and that's why I'm such a dear friend, I feel that way about him, is we just want people to be happy. That's all we want. And I want you to be happy. Patty, that is the greatest compliment. I just took a picture of that. That is the greatest compliment. And I love you. And I'm being serious. If you Gmail me, lovethehits@gmail.com. Give me a number if you need. I'll call you tomorrow. I promise. But believe me, Patty, he knew you loved them. He knew you loved them. I love you guys. I truly do. Thank you for always being here for me. And I wanted to come on here just to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I will talk to you within the next few days. Patty, if you need me, call me. Tom, Merry Christmas. Tom lost his mother last year. This is the first Christmas without her. God bless her. And to all of you. Hey, Gerald. A very Merry Christmas. God bless you all. I'll talk to you soon. Be safe tonight.